I'm hoping you can see behind me that I have been doing some baking today. We have baked some walnut loaves. We have baked some banana bread. We have baked some of our sandwich loaf, which meant that I had to go into my herb and spice drawer because we needed different bits and bobs from out of there. And I'm ashamed to say I've let it go a little bit. Yeah, yes. I'm Samantha, this is the channel trying to get by, and I'm embarrassed by my spice drawer. I'm not embarrassed by what I've got in it, I'm just embarrassed by the state of it. It's so mishmash at the moment. So basically what's happened is these are the original ones that I have been using. These jars are from IKEA and they fit great. The problem is the lids come off far too easily. There is not a decent seal on them at all. So they are a bit naff. Yeah, I'm saying it, they're naff. Sorry, IKEA. I normally love IKEA stuff. So anyway, I do canning and I have been getting these jars with their lovely little lids on, their gingham lids, and they are great. They're going to take up a bit more space. So I need to think about which herbs and spices do I really, truly need. I also need to relabel. I need to order some more of these and start swapping out everything that I've got. I think I've got some more of these jars upstairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upstairs, going to have a look in my canning area, see what other jars I have got that are the gingham ones, bring down as many as I can find, and then we're going to have a sort out of this spice drawer. I've got a few more than I thought, which is not too bad. I've got 13 in here, so I should be able to use those to replace some other ones in there. I did find some sticky labels, so I'm going to make new labels for all of them. So I have to get my best good handwriting out. But now I've got to decide which things I'm going to get rid of, which herbs and spices do I use the most often, and also probably give the drawer a good old clean. Well, that looks a lot better. There is still a bit of stuff here that I just need to do a bit of a scrape. This is glue. I did have a slightly different system where I had like these layered things to try and keep my herbs and spices so I could see them all. I've still not found the perfect way of doing this, but you know, this is where we're up to. Yes, we have thousands of these. I might have to find a separate home for them. I tend to just use the noodles and take out the packaging. Sometimes I will use the flavour packet, but I don't tend to use the flavoured oil. So I could end up putting these on oleo possibly and see if anybody wants them. Or just use the flavoured oil when I'm doing some other kind of cooking. Anyway, so I've got to find a home for those. In the meantime, we have got all these herbs, spices, etc. that we need to decide what we are doing with them. So I've got a bit of a packet of nigella seeds here. Nigella seeds are not something I would tend to use. This came in a gusto bag, so there's that. And I think these fennel seeds came in a similar sort of thing. Again, not something I would tend to use very much. Could do with just putting those in a better packet. So I'll put those to the side, but what I need to do now is decide what flavours do I use a lot of and what is something that I don't really need. So I need all these particular things together. So first thing I did a little while ago was I put my star anise and cardamom pods in the same pot. Is that going to affect the flavour? Maybe slightly, but they're sort of I tend to use these in rice. So when you're cooking your rice, you throw either a star anise or a few cardamom pods in there and it just flavours your rice. So that's not too bad. So I'll probably keep that. Right. Things I definitely know I will use. Basil. Oregano. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Tarragon. Mixed herbs. Where's cumin? Cumin. Paprika and smoked paprika, although I'm out of paprika at the moment, so I need to get some of that. This will be a good way to get a shopping list on as well. What else? I do like using dill. I like to make a sort of a fake ranch dressing with a bit of dill and onion powder, so that is quite good. And chilli, don't use much of it, but do use it regularly, because Chris has got slightly not as spicy tendency as me. Right, other things. Right, in the, oh, celery salt. Celery salt's quite useful. Need to replace that as well. Mixed spice, I do use a lot in my baking. So let's put all the rest of these back on here. What else have we got? Curry powder. Yes. So I've got some tandoori. I normally have korma. I do like to have turmeric. Gosh, I need to top up quite a lot of these. I've not been looking as good as I should have been. Garam masala. 5 spice. No, it's something I don't really... There's a weird smell to that. That if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If you know what you know, you'll know what I mean. So put that to the side as something I might not use. Herbe de Provence is great because I use that in my sandwich meat. I actually used it on that sandwich meat today. Sumac. Don't use it regularly, but it is a good flavour. It gives a nice lemon flavour to things. What else? Coriander leaf, haha, is what we sneak in and pretend Chris doesn't know about it. Because coriander can be a divisive flavour. But I find when it's dried, it's not quite as bad. Now, strangely enough, I don't use mustard seeds massively unless I'm doing a pickle, but I am going to use them in another dish that I'm going to make later on today. So watch out for a video about aubergine. I'm hoping to do an aubergine dish that might involve some mustard seeds. Parsley's an easy one. That's a great one. This, which you can tell I've not really used, is 7 spice. So again, with the Chinese 5 spice, but it's a 7 spice, so it's got more sesame. Again, doesn't get used very often. I'm going to put that to the side. Okay, what we got left? Nutmeg. Nutmeg will last for ages, especially if you use the nutmeg pods, seeds. And my tiny little grater in there is great, so we will keep that. Turns out I'm keeping most of this. Kaffir lime, don't use very often. Normally end up just putting lime juice or lemon juice, something acidic in with the coconut. So that's going to go to the side. I think what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to put them in a separate cupboard and not put them in the spice drawer and see where we're up to. This, if you've watched my first bread and butter thing video, I got something like 15 packets of Nando's spice. So I've decanted that into there. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice flavour. It's the peri-peri kind of flavour. Cinnamon gets used every now and again. Cumin seeds, again, I normally just use cumin, dried cumin. So I'm going to put that aside. Rosemary is an easy one because I grow tons of that in the garden, so I can always dry that myself. Cayenne pepper, yes. Sage, I only tend to use it at Christmas. I do need to dry some. I do have some in the garden, so I need to do that. Medium curry powder and ginger. So I've moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packets, well, 5 containers out of the way. I do have, this one is some wild garlic, but I've not got a container. I've just used this tiny container that I've got. I've got this one. This is great. This is homemade mushroom powder. Dry out mushrooms in an oven on low or in an air fryer on very, very low. Or if you've got a dehydrate function on your air fryer, go for that. And this just adds a real of flavour. But now what we've got to do is try and fit everything in. Also, I do have some things that I bought. So I've got my cumin, which I got from Costco a little while back. But I have got some mixed herbs de Provence that I had in the cupboard. Recently bought onion powder and garlic powder, so we're going to use those. So I'm going to top up, and then we're going to put in all the other jars, and we're going to relabel and get organised. I've used up all the jars that I have got. I still need to get a few more, but I would be getting a few more anyway. I'm going to be using up some of my cans upstairs, so we will slowly replace as we go through. What we need to do now, I need to do some relabeling. I've just kind of stuck on the labels that I've peeled off for now. I'm going to try and get this. That's Sharpie. Got to try and work out how to get that off. Maybe some nail varnish remover will work. So I had heard this thing. I thought about nail varnish remover, but dry erase marker, whiteboard marker, depends what you call them. I'm going to, right on here. And look, you see it's starting to disappear. Let me put that overhead light on. There you go. Look. Don't ask me how it works. I have no clue. But there you go. It is rubbing off the Sharpie. How cool is that? So all I have to do now is give that a bit of a wipe. Might have to go over it a little bit more. But that is pretty decent. It's a lot better than what it was. There we go. Not bad at all. Now the next task is putting everything away now that it's all been labelled and deciding where it's going to go. I'm going to try and put them in some kind of logical order. So let's have a look and see how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to start at the front with my most commonly used things. So to start with, we will be using onion powder, garlic powder. They are the most common things that I can use in any dish. Next, I think I'm going to go mixed herbs. Again, can go into most dishes. Followed by green herbs, oregano, basil. Thinking about what I would use in Italian kind of seasonings going on there. Behind the onion, I'm going to go celery salt because that's quite useful as well. Then we're going to continue with the green theme with the more French style. So we've got tarragon and herbe de Provence. We're going to go above that with some rosemary, parsley, leading into smoked paprika and paprika. Above the rosemary, I'm going to put dill. Now, mint I don't use as often, so that's going to go a little bit further behind. Next flavours are going to be, I'm going to put at the back, is my nutmeg, mixed spice, cinnamon. These are my what I call my baking spices. So they're going to go and hang out at the back there, along with ginger. We're going to put thyme into this little group here. And now we're going to go for more of the spicy things. So, cayenne, and we'll go with the Nando's. Behind that, we'll go with our curry flavours. So we've got cumin, turmeric, garam masala. I think I'm going to swap out the Nando's and put the Cajun. I'm going to put the Nando's behind there. Then we've got tandoori, medium curry. I think we'll put that there, put the korma there. Okay, coriander and chilli. Mustard seed, again, things that we're not using as much. Sumac, star anise. I think I'm going to put those ultimately behind so that they are, actually pull those forward a little bit, then at least I can see them when the drawer's open. Next, we have got my mushroom powder, which I'm going to put on the side because it's easier, and I've put labels there. Wild garlic. Oh, mustard powder. This one's out of date, but it'll still be fine for a little bit longer because it's a powder. Right, that is it. Oh, no, sage. Where's sage going to go? Sage is going to go next to thyme and not far away from rosemary. If you know, you know the TV programme I'm talking about. That is pretty much it. These other ones, I could have them hang out at the back, but I think I'm just going to put them in the cupboard for now until I decide what I'm going to do with them. In fact, I think the 7 spice can probably go. 5 spice, cumin seeds, kaffir lime, fennel seeds and nigella seeds. I might just pop those in a little pot for now just to be going on with. But overall, how is that looking? Looking better? Again, I've still got to work out where to put all those. I think I might have a box somewhere. Have I got a box, a container? I'm sure I've got something somewhere for those to go, and they can go in a cupboard for now. Now I need to clean up this mess, continue my shopping list of things that I still need to get these all washed and clean through the dishwasher. And no, they're not going in the bin. They are going to go to the nursery that I sometimes work at, and I've already donated a few already, and the preschool room love them for putting different things in to organise their areas. So that's all going to get washed up. I need to have a bit of a clean down because I managed to spill everything everywhere. But this is so much better. Are there any herbs and spices? Yeah, are there any herbs and spices that I'm missing that you think are essential that you would have in your herb and spice drawer? Let me know in the comments below. Something I might have missed. There might be something out there that I just don't know about. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video, a bit different from the usual kind of stuff, but I thought you might like to have a look at what I'm doing today to keep the kitchen a little bit more organised. I'll see you next time.